Good morning, caregivers. It's Monday. Oh, Monday's a good day. It's like every other day. It's a good day if you make it a good day. Today is Monday, March 25th, and I'm glad you've chosen to join us here for What's Going On with Mama. I'm going to give you a little update on my silly little mama here in a bit, but I want to thank our sponsors, Vitamin Depot, located on Celanese Road behind Dunkin' Donuts, or you can call them at 803-328-5800. Vitamin Depot offers wonderful essential oils that smell so good you can put them in your diffuser. Makes the whole world feel better. And ask them about CBD oil while you're there. Tell them Carol sent you. 803-328-5800. Life in the Carolinas, the award-winning television show hosted by Mr. Carl White. Go to their website at www.lifeinthecarolinas.com and click on the link this week that says A Story from Angel Wing Corner. It's a story from North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, and I'm going to tell you, if any folks from Rock Hill, South Carolina that are involved in our government are listening, go to that link. We need to make this happen in Rock Hill. Oh, yeah. What they're doing there at Angel Wing Corner, pretty cool. So we are glad that you are here today. I want to give a special shout out to the folks at Trinity United Methodist Church in Gastonia yesterday. I delivered the sermon there yesterday, although my mama told me I was not a preacher and I couldn't call it a sermon, so I told them I was doing a presentation. They told me it was a sermon, and we had a great time talking about that church moving from where it presently is into being a church dedicated for seniors and caregivers. How excited I am to work with them on that. They've already started lending library. They're going to have a support group. They got a lot of things in their little brains that's just a clicking. And here, I'm going to be able to be a part of that right here with Let's Talk Dementia. So, speaking of, if you haven't purchased your copy of the book, I need to make some money, so go buy the book, okay? Let's Talk Dementia is available on Amazon. #1 bestseller 8 or 10 times, and you need to check it out, as well as my other book. It's called Mama is Confused and So Am I. And I've also got a book called If My Body is a Temple, Why Am I Eating Donuts? And it's a bestseller also, so check those out. All right, I've covered all the importance, the business stuff. Now let's talk about why I'm here. So update on Mama. So I had a phone call from Mama's caregiver on Thursday evening, and she wanted me to know that Mama had a not so good day. Maybe that was Friday evening. Mama had a not so good day and definitely saw a little more decline in Mama. She wasn't eating as well. We found out that if Mama just about always eats breakfast. She will eat her Cheerios and her banana, which P.S. if the caregiver gives Cheerios and banana to the men, they're like, what is this? Where are my eggs? But Mom will eat her Cheerios and banana. But if she eats lunch, she's probably not going to eat supper. If she doesn't eat lunch, she might eat supper. And that's kind of where we are with Mama. But I'm just thankful that she's still with me and she's still smiling. And, you know, we're thankful for what the day has. And we go with it, right? All right. I wanted to tell you about a story of a young man, age 36, married, children, living the life, doing pretty good. Things weren't so bad for him. But somewhere along I think it was maybe at 32. At 32, he began showing some symptoms that he and his wife thought were a little bit concerning. He had mood swings. He had a hard time holding down a job and just, altogether wasn't exactly himself. A few years later, his wife gave birth to the third child and he seemed totally uninterested. Easy tasks just did not get accomplished. He was easily irritated. So a trip to the doctor certainly was in order, and he did. And that's when he found out that he was diagnosed at the age of 36 with early onset Alzheimer's. Now let's talk about early onset Alzheimer's. It's a different disease than what you see with late onset Alzheimer's. Early onset Alzheimer's is diagnosed before the age of 65. It makes those folks who are diagnosed with late onset Alzheimer's after the age of 65, it makes that look like a walk in the park. And I don't want to make light of what you're going through, because I'm walking that late onset Alzheimer's journey with Mama. But early onset, oh man, that's incredibly hard. You got to think, this family, they're raising young children, young little bitty things. They've got bills to pay. They've got a whole future they had planned, and now struck down right in the early parts of it with Alzheimer's. Oh, no, that's just difficult. We know with late onset Alzheimer's, we're looking at a lifespan on average of somewhere around 10, 12 years is what we see. They say 8 to 14, 10 to 16, but normally it's about 8 to 14 is what we see. Early onset Alzheimer's, it's 4 to 6 years. And we see this huge constant decline. We don't see times where we stable off and decline, stable off. It's just down, 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 down. Well, I'm going to read you a little bit of this article. The gentleman's name that we're discussing is Jason. His wife is Cam. And she says, so Cam enrolled them in marital counseling. When she told her therapist during a private session what was actually going on with Jason, he referred Jason to a neurologist. After dozens of tests and doctors, they were referred to the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. And in October of 2013, Jason got his diagnosis, early onset Alzheimer's. It felt like someone had punched me, Cam wrote. Lord, I prayed, panicking, please help us through this. Later, I asked Jason if he understood. He didn't respond, just nodded and cried. That night, we held each other. Shortly thereafter, Jason began forgetting how to do basic tasks like showering. Soon he lost his ability to speak. He forgot his wife's name and the names of his children. Cam put him in a daycare so she could continue to teach and still know he was safe. By April of 2014, half a year after his formal diagnosis, Cam made the hard decision to put Jason in long-term care for the sake of the family. Jason passed away in October of 2014 at age 37. Cam constantly reminds her kids of the man their father was, how loving and funny and romantic he had been. She has and always will love him unconditionally. Oh, think about that, folks. What this family has gone through during the process of finding out what was going on, what the life was like after the diagnosis, and now he's gone. And here she is with young children to raise, the youngest of which will never remember him because that baby was born shortly before that. Yeah. Whew. Makes me count my blessings. I don't know about you. I know some of you are dealing with early onset Alzheimer's and the way it has devastated your life. My heart is with you. I want you to know that. But don't you wonder sometimes what it feels like to have Alzheimer's? If you understood what it felt like to have Alzheimer's, do you think it would change your caregiving approach? Well, there is a group called Virtual Dementia Tour by Second Wind Dreams. And Virtual Dementia Tour comes into your organization and they set up this experience. And it's free. And it's quite life-changing. I worked to have them bring this experience to a support group that I facilitated a couple years back, like 4 or 5 years ago. And I had people go through it, big, strong, I've got life under control, come out crying like a baby. And then I had people who just refused to go through it. They said, I don't think I can take knowing what it is my loved one's dealing with. I don't want to do it. I want to give you just a taste of what that might feel like that you can do at home. I want you to take your gloves. This is my UV gloves. If you see me cook on Thursday, you see me use my UV gloves. Good gracious, I might ought to wash them. Nah, no sense in doing that. Or take a pair of work gloves. I like the UV gloves for this particular thing because they're super thick because you won't burn yourself. Now, let's get those UV gloves on. Oh, yeah. If you don't have UV gloves, you should buy some. I love these things. Now, pretend that you have these on all day long. And everything you go to do, you've got UV gloves on, all right? Think about putting your earrings on with UV gloves on. You can't do it. Think about trying to write with these UV gloves on. What I had to go through just then just to pick up the pen was hard. Now, see, right now, my pen and my finger are at the same distance, and I need to push that pen forward. I can't do it that easy. It takes 2 hands just to get that pen pushed forward. Now I've got to write. Think about how difficult that is. Think about, let me get it picked back up here again. Think about brushing your teeth with these UV gloves on, how difficult that would be. It's quite interesting to experience life when your hands don't work. When the communication between your brain and your extremities is now off. Or if you have neuropathy and that communication is off. Oh, that's even worse. That is quite an interesting thing. Think about what life would be like if you walked around all day and all you could see was through this little bitty hole that I'm making right here. You can't see out the other eye. You're just seeing through this little bitty, oh yeah, that's all you can see. And through that little bitty spot of vision you have, I covered it with saran wrap. And now it's all fuzzy. Well, that's sort of what it's like with folks in late-stage Alzheimer's. We know they get down to what is called monocular vision. They're only seeing through one eye, and it's a very small field of vision, and that eye probably has very likely is wearing the wrong glasses. Think about it. You can't take someone with dementia and get their eyes checked. They can't answer that question. A looks better than B, B looks better than C. It confuses me. So they're probably wearing the wrong lenses. They may have cataracts. They may have macular degeneration. So they are spending life with this little bitty field of vision. And we're holding something we want them to look at, and we don't know where to put it so they can see it. Think about that. Think about what that feels like when you've got those gloves on, this little field of vision, and you're trying to feed yourself. You can't easily see the bowl of cereal with the Cheerios, with the bananas, to get it to your mouth. Think about that. It's difficult. I tell you, I'm going to play something for you here that you're not going to enjoy. Our folks with dementia, when they're in a room with a lot of noise and you're trying to talk to them, this is what it might sound like. And you're trying to tell them something. Isn't that annoying as all get out? Turn it off. Aren't you glad I turned it off? But imagine if you couldn't turn it off. Imagine that. That's from a YouTube video. Let's see, I give these people credit if I saw their name who produced it, but I don't. It's called The Most Annoying Sounds All in 10 Hours. I don't know what that means. The Most Annoying Sounds All in One. Oh, I got it. So credit to them for that noise. But think about that noise going on in your head all the time. And people are trying to tell you something. Here, Miss Vera, eat your breakfast. And you're just hearing noise in the background, and there's stuff going on, and you're just losing your ever-loving mind. Think about that. That's what they deal with. Life is interesting, isn't it? That's just a little taste of what you can do today to find out what it feels like to be your loved one. But if you get the opportunity to do the virtual dementia tour experience, go do it. I'm going to be talking to you in the future about a portable one that an organization called Alzheimer's Foundation of America is putting together. And I wrote them yesterday, and as soon as it's released, I'm going to hopefully be able to afford to get one and can share it with you. So, oh my goodness. Life is hard for our folks with dementia. Keep that in mind. I remind myself of that every day as I'm working with my clients. You don't know what people are dealing with just in an everyday world, and you don't know what your loved ones truly are dealing with, what their life is like today, because it changes every day. Well, it's been a little bit depressing show, hasn't it? I should have said something to make you giggle, but I'm sorry I didn't. I don't know, let me look here on my screen, see if I can find a funny. My friend Peggy sends me funnies all the time. Oh, no, that's not working. Oh, well, sorry, you're not going to have that right now. Thanks to our sponsors, Life in the Carolinas. You can find them on YouTube as well as on their website, lifeinthecarolinas.com. I recommend you go to the story called Angel Wing Corner. That will make you happy. That is such a good thing. Rock Hill needs to bring that, I'm telling you. And Vitamin Depot on Celanese Road, you can contact them no matter where you are in the country, and they'll ship to you, 803-328-5800. Ask them about the product they have to decrease inflammation in your body. Inflammation's a bad, bad thing. All right, now, let me get my poster up here. This is our fundraiser. Got sneakers? Donate your old sneakers. There we go, I got it straight. And all you have to do is drop off your gently used sneakers at one of our locations. We send them off, and we get $1 for every pair of sneakers, or you can donate cleats that have rubber bottoms. No cleats in my house, let me tell you. But some of you guys watching may have some cleats. It can be little bitty shoes all the way up to great big shoes. We've got boxes at Dr. Epps' office on Celanese Road, Passmore's Grocery and Grill on Saluda Street, Your Travel Services on East Black Street, Chester Golf Club, Old Richburg Road in Chester, Rock Hill Tennis Center on Cherry Road, and Mixed Fit at the B-Fit Studios on White Street. We will soon have a box at St. John's United Methodist Church. I'm excited about that. And I've got a few other places we're working on. If you would be willing to have a box in your business, let me know. All we do is bring the box and set it up, and we will service it. You don't really have to do anything. All right. I hope you guys have a good day. Tomorrow, what are we going to talk about? How to bathe someone when they just don't want to take a bath. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about random acts of kindness. There's a story on YouTube, Facebook, I don't know, one of those. Just really touched me. And on Thursday, we're going to make Oriental slaw. Hey, someone wrote me about the corn casserole that we made on this past Thursday, and she said that it's a recipe she's made several times, and her husband calls it crack corn casserole because it is so addictive. If you've not tried it, go to YouTube. All of our shows, all of them can be found on YouTube and our website. Go to YouTube under Let's Talk Dementia. You'll find all our shows and all those recipes. I hope you have a good day. I hope your caregiving journey is a good one. I hope you smile, and I hope you come back tomorrow morning at 8:15. Join me then. Bye-bye.